afternoon, my name is Melody and today I am here to review a new yarn. I am so excited. I found DK weight yarn at Michael's. I do believe Loops and Thread is exclusively sold by Michael's. This was purchased by me, of course, and I figure it's nice to have an unbiased opinion about yarns that actually answer in-depth questions, because I've seen people get a lot of hauls and they really don't delve deep into the specifics of the yarn, and I always have questions. So I've made a list of these questions and I'm going to go through them with you on different types of yarns. Today is going to be the Joy DK, which is a completely adorable package. I've never bought yarn where it comes in the ball already. I was so impressed. And cute shiny tag inside. You could see something they knitted from it. There's a, where is it? The multicolored ball. Has a cute little scarf in there. I imagine you get these patterns online. Now, if you get the solid, you get 3.5 ounces. Whoop, there you are. 3.5 ounces, which is 273 yards, and that is for $4.50. But if you get the multi, it costs a little bit, well, costs the same for a little bit less. And that is 232 yards for 3 ounces total. So, not too shabby. I didn't even notice it until I read the specifics to share with you guys. But it is a little bit smaller and a little bit more air in there. So, I'm going to be making a couch pillow out of these. But first thing I do whenever I get a new yarn is make my swatch. Whenever they are DK or sport weight, it is always on an F hook. So this is it crocheted up on an F hook, and we will get more into that in a minute. It is 100% anti-pill acrylic, size 3, which is lightweight yarn. They suggest a 5mm or a US H. It would be really open work if you went to an H hook though. I'll give it a try, but this is my F hook. I don't crochet tight, I don't crochet loose. I'm pretty average. That would be way more open if I went 3 sizes up. I say 3 sizes because I count the 4.5mm now. And they say you can machine wash and machine dry if you go low in the dryer, which is cool in case you're gifting and you know somebody's going to do that. But at home, I do like, with my handmade items, I do like to let them lay flat to dry after squishing them between some towels to get the excess moisture out. So let's get into it. That's the cold hard facts. This is the yarn swatched up in the pretty coral color. And these are my comparables. Now, just to introduce them briefly, this is Caron Simply Soft. That is a different weight but has a lot of very similar characteristics. This is Yarn Bee Sweet Delight, which has very similar color options. Not similar colors, but about as many options in colors. They have quite the selection, and if I'm using something to make, if I want something that is comparable in weight, up until now, since we didn't have DK really, I would have to go this route. Basically, brightly colored baby yarn is what you'd call it here. Our baby yarn is usually sport weight. Sport weight is pretty close to DK, as close as we were going to get, and it had the most color options that weren't pastels, because our baby yarn is usually really light yellow, really light blue, really light pink, maybe some mixtures of blue, pink, aqua, but for the most part, I wasn't going to get bold colors until I found Sweet Delight by Yarn Bee, and that's that. So that's why it's here. This one is, I was gifted by Rosina over at Zines and Rogers. She sent me Stylecraft DK, so now I know for sure that I love it and can order more, because I could not in good conscience order a big old truck full of it without ever touching it. I tried. I knew I should because I had it on good authority that it was awesome, but I just couldn't get myself to. So this is Stylecraft DK, or Special DK, and there's a lot more twist to it, but it's DK weight. And when I got excited about this being in the store, it was because of Special DK. It was all those blankets and different Afghan patterns and pillow decorations from the UK in the mini colors. Usually there's a lot of colors. Oh, I thought about it and I was so excited. So this is why I was excited, because of all the things that are usually made in Special DK. And this is just here for size. This is what, if you want a DK in America, you are probably going to Metal and Tosh. And this is $24 a ball. This is not comparable in quality. It's 100% superwash wool, but it's the only DK really that I had. So, but this was local yarn store, almost certainly. Just about everybody has Metal and Tosh available to them, to the best of my knowledge. I know they're made in Texas, where I am, pretty locally, but it was the same thing when I was in California too. So I'm thinking it's not just here. Let me get on with this. I'm totally chatty. I want to get to the bones of this, so I'm going to get to the opinion section. Color range. It was beautiful. It is spring. They are very springy driven right now, it's obvious. It was, they had the 4 neutrals. They had taupe, light gray, black and white. And then they had the multicolor. I think they had about 5 options in the multicolor, which is 4 colors. You might be able to see those. Sky blue, lavender is in there also, purple, and this corally mauve. Or not, I guess it's not really corally, kind of a pinky mauve. And then we had our solids, which was the meat of the selection. I'd say there was about 10 colors, about that. These are the ones I chose, and they were all in this area of, they are bright, they are cheery, but they are muted too. So I would call them muted floral brights, and they are very pretty. But if it sticks around, I look forward to seeing bolder colors, because that's just where my heart lays. I love bold, bright colors, just cheery, happy. These will be nice. I'm making a pillow out of them for my couch, but I do hope that it sticks around and we get to see some more fun colors and color combinations. So, packaging and presentation, we already discussed. It's super cute, but that's not really what I'm talking about with presentation. Now, if you look at it and you want to take presentation the way it traditionally is, it would look cute in a gift basket, right? But presentation for me is how I'm getting this yarn. There are some forms of yarn that you get and you immediately have to turn it into a ball of yarn or a cake of yarn, which is fine. But this is ready to go. I've never gotten a ball of yarn from the store. That is kind of awesome. And I imagine you could center pull it, but I don't know why you'd want to. This looks pretty convenient to me. And it looks like, do I hit each other? Yep, my fingers are hitting. I could totally put it on one of those cute little yarn holders that people are all about right now. So, cool, awesome. You could do a center pull if you wanted to, but I think I'm going at it from the outside. Splitty. Is it splitty? No. I made my swatch from something 2 to 3 sizes smaller than suggested. They suggested an H hook. I went with an F hook. If you count the 4.5 millimeter, I am 3 sizes down from what they suggested, and I split the yarn twice with a metal hook. That's pretty good. I mean, and when I split the yarn, it didn't make a big old fuzzy terry mess or anything. There are a couple of yarns where if you split the yarn, you can tell where you split the yarn forever. And there was none of that. I can't even tell where it happened. So, is it drapey? It is very, very drapey. It has a very Caron Simply Soft characteristic to it. That is why Caron Simply Soft is here. It behaves a lot like Caron Simply Soft. When I first held it. Not when I held it as a ball, but as soon as I unraveled any amount of it, I said, oh wow, it's like a little Caron Simply Soft. And it is. And it feels like it when you crochet it too. So, I hadn't thought of knitting it. Now that I've seen that knitted hat on the side, I'm a little curious. I want to try something. I think I might try knitting this. This was going to be the back of my pillow, but I might make a hat. We might have to knit. Only time will tell. Is it soft? Very, very soft. Very nice. I asked my kids, which one of these would you like a blanket out of? And they said, this one. So, from boys, that's high praise. And they did say, not this color though, please. So, no biggie, but it is super soft. And super soft. Is that another kind of yarn? No, that's Simply Soft. Brain. Shine. Yeah. I always want to know how much luster I'm getting from yarn. Let's face it, no matter what material yarn is made out of, some is going to be shinier than others, and you want to know because it plays into your projects quite a bit. So I would say we are up there with, okay, so here it is, right? We are definitely up there with the shine of Simply Soft. And if you want to see, and now you've probably all seen this because they sell Simply Soft everywhere. Even people who would never knit or crochet with Simply Soft, they've still seen it and they've touched it, right? So here it is. And if you want to see with some contrast, you can get your Sweet Delight from Yarn B, which is a very flat yarn. And that's really going to show you how shiny it is. It's got the sateen quality. Very shiny. And I don't mind it, but if it's going to play into your situation, I definitely want you to know that beforehand. I wouldn't consider that an upside or a downside. That's just another consideration. Squeak. Usually squeak oftentimes plays into the shine of yarn, but this time it kind of does. It had a little squeak, I'll be honest. Did it bother me? No. I don't tend to be bothered by squeak though, so if squeak bothers you, I highly suggest if you're using a yarn that is shiny like this and acrylic, that you go with a bone hook or a bamboo hook or perhaps a brushed nickel. Everyone's selling brushed nickel hooks right now, and brushed nickel needles, which I think is fabulous because if you're worried about the acrylic squeak, it really does help with that. So no harm, no foul there. Is it true to size? I would say definitely. I brought out all these other comparisons, and let's make a little sandwich, shall we? So there it is. They all get pretty lost. Now some of these I did not make my scallop for, but you will notice that it is longer. It has, and that's going to come into play in a second. We'll be talking more about that. But it's got some length, even on the ones that have scallops. It has scallops. This one does not. I do not know why I did not make a scallop on the edge of my special DK. I think I was just too excited to think straight. Is it stretchy? I would say yes. Basically, I had to go up a size hook because my first two tries at chaining caused puckering by the second row of double crochet. So I made my chain in my F hook, which I always do. And by the time I hit the second row, there was puckering and it was sticking out like a tutu. And it was rolling like crazy. So I went ahead and did what I would do anytime, and I suggest it to you if you're doing a regular old chain start as opposed to like a foundation double crochet or something. If you're doing a regular old chain start, go ahead and go up a size for your original chain and then go to the hook that you were going to use anyway. So as far as stretchiness, I don't notice it a lot, but my projects are longer than expected. My little swatch turned out to be about ½ an inch longer than my other swatches. So that tells me we're going to have some really nice drape. So it disappears. Boop. Which is nice. I like drape, but you definitely want to consider it. If you're making something to wear and this much gives you an extra ½ inch, that can play into your swatch, of course. And let's bottom line this. Do I like it? Yes. And I do hope that the line sticks around because I want to see what other colors they come out with. If you have any comments about this yarn, if you've used it, please leave them below or contact me on social media. My tags are below. If you know of a yarn that you would like to see me talk about, just the characteristics, I would love to hear that also. And if you have any questions that you think I should add to my list of opinions, I would love to hear your opinion of that. Thank you so much for your time and take good care. Bye-bye.